think it's that one. Sure. Castle? Castle? The next one? This one? This one. Yeah.
No, these are remarks.
You can search someone there. Oh, no, you can't.
There we go.
What the
Oh, that's
fuck? Yo? Yeah,
well, that,
finally, figured it out. Number Anjan. Can you hear us clearly?
yeah, هي يعني شيء بيزر عشان I'm good.
Yeah. Otherwise, Ukraine, man. There's birds.
I thought those were outdoors.
Oh, that's inside. Shout out to Ambiance boys. No, that's on his end, bro. Yeah, that's gonna kill you. I think we need to greet everyone.
Yeah.
Let them know what's going on.
Yo! Hi everyone! Everybody wave. When you come in, you wave, nigga.
Who's that? I think while
Yeah.
you were.
Yeah, you back now.
Yeah,
Your sister friend.
yeah, Yanis.
Okay,
I'm
sure.
not serious.
Okay, that's sure. Yeah, let's start, bro.
Yo, we had problem connecting, dog. Damn.
Yeah, no, the mistake we made was we were supposed to go live from the tab from when we adding an image, but we fucking, yeah. Yeah, so let's go.
We need to introduce the dude.
So, yeah, guys, shout out to everyone who's tuning in. We are live with 104 BPM. This is like a conversation between the residency and 104 about his new project that's dropping officially next week Friday. Yeah, we just want to ask,
Yeah.
I guess everyone is keen to find out some things about him, or the project. This is our best chance now. So maybe towards the end, we'll take a couple of questions from the people that are viewing.
Yeah, that'd be great, actually. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's
Yeah. Like we said, this is basically just a conversation between us, residency, and yourself, just to find out about your release that's going to be dropping next week, Friday. I think my question, if I can start, would be why the title? I mean, on whose perspective are you basing the title from? Is it your interpretation, or are you wanting to allow other people to interpret the music?
Okay. Initially, the title was meant to be. Initially, the Soul Interpretation series was meant to be untitled, open to interpretation. So apparently, that was too long, you know. So yeah, that's how it just ended up being interpretations. Although yeah, it basically is my interpretation, but it's also open to your interpretation as well, because you know we won't necessarily hear the same things, or yeah, it is definitely open to interpretation for everyone else. You know, it's not just my view only, or we would say yeah, this is it. Yeah, it's definitely everyone's open to interpretation, pretty much, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, 100%.
All right. So then, for me, I'm gonna discuss the thing that I'm mostly interested in. From interpretations 3 and going back to 1, how has this? I'm gonna take the shit up. Sorry. How has the sound changed from from 1 to 3? like how have you progressed in like the way you produce music or the way you arrange music?
I've definitely become much more intentional, man. With regards to the sound, you know. I'd say yeah, it's definitely much more intentional now. I think in the first few EPs, it was very experimental initially, and I was still trying to find my feet. Yeah, and I think ngikhulile kancane now, so you know, I'm definitely much more intentional from that time because that was 2017, so it's been 3 years, you know. So kancane kancane, I'd say definitely the sound is definitely matured a lot more, you know. Yeah, especially even with the last song.
It's crazy that you say that you go in with intention because my next question was going to be, are you the type of person when you work, do you wait for inspiration to come to you or you treat it as, okay, isikhathi sokusebenza manje kumele ngisibambe manje? How do you approach actually making music as such?
Okay, I don't rush it. I'm just saying when the inspiration is around, I like reporting. I'll definitely use it. You know, you know. So like I'm not gonna force it. Like Mangi is what I can't do jack right now. I'm not gonna force it. I'll just play games or something or keep myself busy. Yeah, and then when inspiration comes around, I'll definitely use it to its fullest, and definitely being very intentional about it. So yeah, I don't go into studio with that thing which I know what I'm gonna do or whatnot. But when inspiration comes around, I definitely embrace it and try to be as intentional as possible. And yeah, and also I need to now reflect on everything that might have happened or that influences the sound at that certain time. So, so yeah.
So then, with that said, how long did it take for you to actually finish the project, from start to like finish? How long did it take you?
With this particular project, I got in August. I'd say it was a week.
To do the whole thing?
Yes, but I couldn't produce for the whole year. From January, angakwazi produce. Like yonke into everything was just mediocre. It was just like what is this, you know? So yeah, from January to August, I couldn't produce. Something happened in July that kind of just yeah. Well, I won't go into too much. No, I can't go into too much detail, but something happened in July. I
People want
won't.
to know.
Okay, yeah, no, maybe later. Yeah,
That's
something.
an IG session for another time.
Yeah, no, what actually happened was something happened in July. Once we July, I went and bought studio monitors, new studio monitors, and I think just that whole thing just motivated me to just finish like that EP the whole week. Yeah, literally. Monitor, I bought the monitor on a Friday. The following Friday, I already had 3 tracks, and yeah, I was like, yeah, this is it. Yeah.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
way of getting inspiration is expensive, eh?
Now I'm not gonna say.
We have to get you
I'm
new
not,
monitors every time we need something from you. That's crazy.
yeah.
So for me, I want to ask about Umtolo specifically too, because that track, when I listen to it, I have other references of other producers that I like.
Mm,
Like for instance, I remember, I think there's a track by Afefe Aiku called, wait, let me just remember it, called The Arsonist, right?
yeah.
And that song, when I first 20 seconds, I was like, oh flip. This kind of sounds like The Arsonist by Fefa Iku. Why? It's very mystic, but also it's like it borrows from broken beats. It's not traditional Afro or like Afro tech house. Why is that
Yeah.
song? Why is only that song that different to the other two?
Sorry, I didn't catch you, Masikinen. Why is that
Oh,
song?
Umtodo. Why is Umtodo so different to the other two tracks?
Oh yeah, I think that's the one song that I think that is very personal You know, because umtolo is tsakazelo, yabo,
Yeah.
of someone who's very close to me. So, you know, I think that's why.
Man.
Umntwana
Yeah.
isn't it, umntwana konje abantu abakababa konje, isn't it udlangamandla as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what kind of that song? What would you say you were experimenting with exactly? What is the idea?
Okay. I experimented. I think it was the second time where I've made a broken beat. Number one. Because the first song I made with the broken beat was titled Iwonga. So yeah.
Yeah.
So So yeah, Nomtolo was very experimental, just from the whole arrangement as well, because it starts off as like it was just hip hop, and then all of a sudden the swing, the
Yeah,
swing about it.
that swing. Yeah.
Yeah, when the
But
shakers come in, and then call it says Gopu towards the end, you know, they go, which is actually a sample. And it's like, you know, feel a match that Abasina, and they do, you know, the whole traditional shandis. So I sampled that. And yeah, man, I was like, you know, there's a lot of gems in that song. I think, or hidden messages,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Because even
true.
It's
I like it at the end, that last part.
mm,
Yeah, got
it's
him moved.
definitely one of my favorites as well, for sure,
Yeah,
without a
for
doubt.
me, it feels for me. I thought like it feels like Uto is part of another project that you are working on, like holistically. Am I
Yeah,
true? It feels
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. Actually, Utabo had mentioned that I should probably make like a dub version of the song.
Oh, crazy,
ooh.
crazy. So, just to put everyone at ease, the EP, it's an EP, right?
Yes,
Okay, and I'm not sure if people know, but the EP has 3 tracks,
yes.
but the EP is not out yet. Like, is it on promotion anywhere?
Yeah, it's on Traxsource at the moment, but you know Traxsource is more inclined or more for DJs really, and where your hardcore people who like digging, it is available on Traxsource. But next week Friday it'll be available on the other um
You
digital
can say
stores.
those platforms, yeah?
Yeah, with all iTunes, you
Hey.
know, Google Play, Beatport, yeah, Spotify.
Nice.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
why I
no,
just said digital. Yeah, yeah.
I know. I just wanted to say that so people know that like, if we talking about Umtolo, they know it's on your upcoming EP Interpretations Volume 3. You've done
Yeah.
obviously you've done 2 previously, and this is your third one, right?
Yeah, this is my third interpretation EP. Yeah.
Um, I, I saw something interesting on DM recordings, and I just want you to like level me up, and probably the people who are listening or watching as well. They mentioned something about 100 release. Are they talking
Yeah.
about? Are they talking about your EP or?
Yeah. My EP is the 100th release on the label. Since
That's
the label started.
that's crazy.
Whoa.
That's
Yeah, yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's a very wholesome number, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
yeah,
It's right.
Yeah. So so yeah, yeah, it's the 100th release. 100th. Wait. It's that, yeah. It's on the label.
but 104, tell us about that. I mean, I would be hella excited if I were signed to a record label and my EP happens to be the 100th release of. I mean, that's by no means that's something small. How does that make you feel? Have you had a conversation with D Malice about it?
Yeah, we usually speak on WhatsApp, man. He was just like, yo. Twana, your song is the 100th release, or your EP. I'm super proud of your of your work and whatnot. There was, yeah. But to answer your question, yeah, man, I'm very happy. And not any pressure, man. I've got a bit of pressure though, because now I need to follow up soon. Well, not soon, but at my own pace though. You can't get too comfortable. I'm very happy, about the release and the people who've supported it thus far. Um, you know, um, there's been a bit of feedback that has came through already from some heavy hitters in the game as well. I mean, even yesterday, Kabila played it on that in Africa's Not a Jungle
Yeah, I
stream. They
saw
have
that.
like
I saw that.
Kabila. He's been supporting it actually consistently for the past 2-3 weeks. Manu gave feedback, at one as well. Yeah, wonke la machidi that I've always looked up to have now suddenly started like saying, yo, kancane
Yeah,
kancane.
those are heavy hitters in the game, bro.
That's crazy, but that
Yeah,
just
yeah.
came full circle, imagine.
Yes. I mean, what Caesar's talking about the whole full circle thing. How does it feel when you started, doing music? You obviously liked Manu's music, and you probably didn't even know what he looked like. And then
Yeah,
full circle now, the guy is giving you props. Who this person who probably still is an inspiration to you. I mean, how does it feel to
yeah.
have guys who you used to look up to reaching to you like they know you or something?
Hey, well, number one, I'd say the internet is a beautiful place, sometimes. So, I think the internet is a leading in terms of just being able to get the music out there. I definitely still, Manu would definitely still be one of the people who definitely inspired me. Can I just touch on that thing you just said, Uguti? I didn't even know how we looked like. That's one of the things that's been behind my interpretation series as well. Because if you've noticed, you can't see me, it's always something blurred. You don't know, Uguti. If you look at the covers as well, there's interpretations one, there was no face. Interpretations two, there was a face with no facial features, and then interpretations three, it's just the back. Yeah, well, because growing up, I never knew what Manu looked like or Osinlade or whoever. I just saw the name and I associated it with the sound, So I missed those days, man. There was also one of the
Yo,
themes. That was also one of the themes with the whole interpretation series of a bit of anonymity. Wait. Anonymous, I'm looking for that page.
yeah.
Watch out
But
with
yeah,
this
yeah,
shit.
man.
It's not
You know
ours,
what I
boy.
mean?
It's not ours.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Yeah, that's one of the themes with the interpretations, just the whole anonymous vibe. Unfortunately, it didn't work out too well because didn't.
We live when we learn. We live
Yeah, but
when we
you
learn.
have to show yourself at a certain point. So anyway,
Yeah, but probably it probably will work, because if people find out about interpretations three, then they have to go back and find out about the other two. So it will, in a way, maybe half will work. Because they don't know you, like on the cover, it's not your face or things that you can say belong to you as a person. So maybe they
yeah.
would have to go and dig and find out who's this guy? What does he look like? Who? Maybe that Kanani can work. Who's to say?
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, Temba Bulal.
Yeah, well, just touching or rather going back to the music. When I listened to the music for the first time, just like first time listening, without even thinking about it, right? I got a sense, and this happens every time when I listen to your music. You have a sense of like travel with your sound. It feels like I'm traveling towards something. And what was great with Interpretations 3 is Umtolo once again. It rounds up the journey so well.
Mm.
When you are doing music, right? Do you have a specific person in mind you are producing for, or those like that don't come into your mind?
Yeah.
Or like,
Yo, I think first and foremost, I've been a fan of music for a long time. So I have a really good perspective when it comes to being a listener, you know. So at times, I need to try find a balance between being a producer and a listener, you know. I think because I have that experience of spending a lot of time listening to umculo and just, shall repeat, I'm like, yinde, what just happened, you know. I always have that in mind of Uti. You kind of just, the journey there, it's very important to have that journey, or that take me away from whatever's going on, and like almost into another realm, you know.
almost like a good escape.
Yeah, it's like a transition, man, you know. So it's where you like kind of ascend. Yeah, so I think because I've been a listener for a long time with music, I always just try to find that balance between a producer and actually now being a listener as well.
Do you listen to your
Whether
own music?
do I listen to it?
Yeah.
Enjoy your own music.
Oh yeah. Now and again. But I don't know what you guys mean, though. But I mean, yeah,
I
I
mean,
do.
like, if you're driving back home,
You
right?
listen.
Do you then
Oh,
like?
yes. But that's if I'm still working on a song. Maybe I'll be like, like, oh, Mang Figendli, I need to change that. I need to add that, or that's too loud, just for reference, really. Um,
Different speakers.
yeah.
Yeah, probably different. So different speakers and whatnot.
Yeah. But on the Woodsy, can I actually even drive to this, you know? Because, yeah, what mood does it give me? Because now I'm no longer in the studio, and yeah, So in that sense, yes. But I do listen to my own music. But, yeah, I do listen to other people's music as well.
What's
Ngakathiwa.
like?
What's on your playlist?
What's on your play? Like
Top five.
top five songs that you listen to right now?
Um, does it have to be the actual titles or just the artist?
Artists.
Up to you,
Artists
bro.
is fine.
Well, stimming. Stimming, my favorite. Yo.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of hip hop as well. You know, as
Local
weird as
is
that
that?
sounds. Yeah, the whole selection vibe. It's a selection. The whole Joe K, or J Rob.
Bro,
Yeah.
did you hear the Jules and Sango thing? Collaboration
Mm,
on Selection.
nah.
The two-track EP.
Them guys, I haven't heard it
Okay.
yet.
Yeah, it's called Fufu and Grits.
Fufu and Grits, yeah.
It's Fufu and
Sango and Jules.
Two-track EP.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's important to kind of blur the lines in terms of genres? Like you'll find, for instance, I'll make a reference with Sango because he's the guy I know. Like you'll know Sango can produce for hip hop artist or for himself. He can produce hip hop. He can produce like alternative, and then he'll do something that's like Afro beats, and then he'll do like ballet funk. For you, do you feel a need to kind of be in one genre, like at the moment? Do you think you'll produce house forever, or are you gonna shift and maybe do other things?
Nah. I think once again we're gonna go back to the one song again, the third song on my EP, Umtolo. Um, I think that has already been somewhat of a reflection of the direction I'm trying to take. Because I can just imagine a reprise of that song in Akuma Corner. Because towards the end it is it's like a reprise towards the end. And how it ends. And I've already made a reprise for Hello as well, the Hello 3 Hours song as well.
Oh man.
Yeah, you can actually check it out. It's already on my post on Instagram. Just scroll a bit so it's on.
I will
Um,
definitely.
yeah. So definitely, man, I definitely like to make other genres. And not just box myself with any house prepared. Ultimately, I'd love to write scores, man. I think I'd love to write scores.
Ooh,
Mm.
ooh.
You
Yeah.
know,
Well, with the direction you're taking now, especially the last bits of Umtolo,
Mm,
like, you are
yeah,
on your way to actually doing that, bro. Like I don't see it being a problem for you, you know, and your music. Like I said, your music is very, from a listener perspective, it's very engaging. It also, listen to your music, I'll clearly end up in A1. You might be physically sitting in a chair or driving, but what went on, you're definitely somewhere else, bro. And I think it takes a great skill or mind to be able to to be able to take people outside of their comfort zone and place them in your own world, actually. So that's
yeah, yeah.
dope.
Thank you, man.
That's really, really
Yeah,
cool.
thank you. Yeah, well,
So
Um,
then, are you then saying to us directly, indirectly, that there's a remix pack coming out? Is that a thing?
yeah. Let me just put it out there to the universe, man, and hopefully, yeah. I don't like announcing things prematurely. So it's just one of those things, man. That whether or not it's definitely one of those things I'd like to that I might be
Would,
already
would
doing
that
it.
be would that be a collab, or would it just be you internally kind of reimagining them in another light?
Yeah, man. I mean, maybe this is an opportunity to get an alter ego who's just just Jay, another version. Like
We've
the
spoken about
160 people.
it before.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mm.
Mm. And a lot of
It'll
guys actually
be,
do that. Charles
it'll
Webster
be
has so
interesting.
many.
Is that?
I'm just saying, Woods, and a lot of producers actually do this secretly. Like Charles Webster has so many aliases that you don't know what's his
Yeah.
actual name. But Peter
Who
Capo has
doesn't
another.
know?
Yeah. So
Uh,
yeah, even at jazz.
Yeah,
mm,
yeah,
mm,
yeah,
mm,
yeah.
mm, mm.
Or charisma and then
Yeah.
Exactly. K-Tronic, like, yeah, K-Tronic.
yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of. I think as a creative, you have to have an alias or multiple aliases so that you can create outside of this one thing that you are known for. Also for
Yeah,
you
yeah.
to experiment more because if we know you to be a house producer and then you suddenly start doing broken beats and be like, oh dude, how did that happen so
Hello?
suddenly? But if you, as an alter ego, started beating your own song, then we'll start understanding, oh shit, he wants to invent his alter ego so that he could further his skills to sharpen himself more, experiment more.
Yeah, not necessarily box yourself compared to just one genre.
Yeah. I don't know. I think maybe we should take a question or two or three before our batches are running low. We didn't charge.
One of them, while if people want to send us questions, please do so, and then we can ask them now in real time. While we wait for that, hopefully a question does pop up. I saw something interesting yesterday on your Facebook, and it made me realize. I wonder if you realize it. There was a comment there. I think this kid was like, "Yo, wonderful! You inspire me so much. Thank you for the music." I'm not sure if you saw that. I'm just thinking, are you aware of how much your music reaches people? I mean, surely you don't treat yourself as a bedroom producer. Hopefully not, because we don't treat you as a bedroom producer. Are you now aware of how much and how far your music travels and how much it touches people?
Yo, what a question. Yeah, man. I think to a certain, yeah, definitely, man. I think once again I'm gonna touch on that thing I did say initially. About I've spent a lot of time being a listener of music, enjoying in its courtesy the way I was listening to music most of the time and not producing, like especially in my initial days in high school, from that whole grade 8, 9, 10, 11, because I started producing in grade 12. So yeah, man. Back to answering your question though. Yeah, man. Like I do see glimpses of ukuthi yabo umculo uyafika here and there, man. So um, Yeah, man. I'd still say I treat myself as an upcoming producer or upcoming artist still though. Because signing anything from Zenza, you know. Um, and yeah, there's certain things I want to achieve just for before I could actually now say put a like a big title. But,
I
yeah,
made it.
yeah.
Uh, no.
I don't
So
know if
any closing remarks before we
Yeah, we
go?
want to wrap it up.
number one, thanks for have you had the unfortunate experience of people stealing your work?
Yo, that's a good question. Who's that?
That's a good question. That's I am.
And
I
of
am
course, shout out to you, bro.
no man, I don't.
So,
Well, not really, man. No, not the work I appreciate. You know, it's been the work again. It's just been floating around. It does, yeah. So yes, but no.
All right.
that's
Now,
interesting still, though. That's actually a very good question. So then, just to close it up, actually, just to touch point on the question as well. Do you sometimes feel the bug maybe after listening to an Osinlade song and then you go produce? Does it bother like the song does not sit in your mind while you're trying to do your own thing?
What as in now, Uti, it kind of needs to be the same as that Osun Lade song now. Or
Like, don't you like? Doesn't bother you because I know with me, like, if I'm writing, for example, if I'm writing an article about you, maybe then I'll go do my research, and within my research, it's so easy to sometimes not that we do it, but it's so easy to then try copy what another writer had written about you. So I'm guessing it's the same with the music. If you are driving, and so the question is, how do you take inspiration and not copy the whole thing? What's the line?
okay, number one, you need to take a nap first. Yeah, you know. No, it's funny, but yeah, one person if you've been sleeping and you wake up, there's this certain disconnect that like it's like rebooting your computer or something, you know. I've been at a point where I've been inspired. I've always felt that it's okay to be inspired, but don't end up becoming a replica of someone. You know? Um, yeah. So with that one said, I will listen to music before making music, but I take a nap before and
Okay.
before I go to studio. Yeah. Kumnandi, like you wake up around 2 in the 2, and then you can now actually now because now you're starting off fresh, even though that memory is still there. I might be inspired by how you arrange the chords, how Wassim Alade arrange the chords and the beats, and from there I can then build on that, but not necessarily copying what they did. Yeah, so it's okay to be inspired, but don't end up becoming a replica. That's how trends come around. Because
Yeah, shout
now
out.
everybody, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Pirates
There's another
asked,
question.
what commercial artist, commercial artist would you like to work with that's outside your genre and why?
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the last question. Let me just wrap it up.
Yeah, and also I think I asked if you had trouble getting your music onto streaming sites. I think.
Okay, let me answer Ayanda because you asked first. Have you had no, there aren't really any challenges in getting your music out there to streaming sites because there's digital distributors now, so you submit the music, and at this point in time I'm working with the label, so they're already doing that on my behalf.
No
So
way.
yeah, initially there was, but with a bit of research, you can just figure out I need to sign up with a distributor. Yeah. Um, which commercial artist would you like to?
Work with that's outside your genre and why? As far
I
as
don't know. Yeah, I don't know if Umsaki is actually commercial, but I really love her voice.
she's
Um,
amazing. She's
yeah.
amazing.
That's always the first person who comes to mind whenever I get asked this question. And I don't even think she qualifies as being commercial. You know. based on her music when she's not doing collaborations. So yeah,
Actually,
Msaki.
your sound and her can actually fit very well. In fact, I see that happening. I mean,
Yeah, it's
that's
very
not
nice.
a far-fetched collaboration.
Her voice and your sound is
Yeah,
good and sometimes a bit dark and makes you think. It's
Anenza.
very contemplative. It's my type of thing. Thinking makes you think and analyze and think of how things are arranged and like composition of stuff, which is important. For me, that's music. That's what I look in. That's what I look for in music anyway.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Anenza pay now.
Hey, if we have those connections, just to say, you don't know, but let's see, maybe something will add.
Um, but yeah, man. But also, sorry, can I just touch on that point again? I mean, I'm all up for collaborations, but it doesn't necessarily have to be someone who's commercial or whatnot. Um, yeah, I think with anyone who does art or whatnot, you can tell when someone is very intentional about what they do and when the intention is there, regardless of your followers or whatnot. That someone is pouring their heart out, too. So yeah, man. I mean, like, there's a lot of producers who do that for me who are unknown, and some of them are now starting to get that exposure. I think Stay True Sounds, yeah, Kid Funk is doing really well with regards to just
It's just a problem.
it gives me that whole selection type vibe as well. Stay True Sound, yeah,
And what's
man, yeah,
interesting, what's interesting with Stay True now, you find that they are releasing a lot of almost not house music, but very electronic music. Like the latest releases, guys who do a lot of electronic music, which is great.
yeah,
It's growing the scene and telling the kids that love house music to be like, yo, you can actually produce something more other than just Afrobeats or techno or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, true.
yeah, man. It's like a culture more than anything.
True. All right, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, thanks for taking the time to actually talk to us. I think maybe our live session put people off guard. They didn't plan for it, and they didn't get enough time to tune in. We might have to do
Yeah,
something else, I don't know, maybe in the future, where we have more time to actually inform them about, hey, look, listen, tune in, we're going to be talking to you. Because I think, because we are fans immediately, it's important for us to be able to talk to the creatives and then find out about the story. So, of course, that's what people are buying. They're buying into you and the music and the whole vibe and stories and your journey. So, if we can help you be able to talk a little bit about your journey and the stuff you do, then we will really be more than willing to actually make that happen.
no, thank you. I'm definitely looking forward to doing more of this. Because this wouldn't be something I would do typically. Just out of the blue.
That we actually.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah,
if
man.
we
I'm
find
definitely
someone,
looking forward.
yeah, you someone
Yeah,
to connect with it makes it a bit easier.
Yo, 104, boy, all the best for next week Friday. We'll be there rooting for you, buying the EP, of course.
Dropping something too.
Yes, people must look. When are we dropping out there?
We'll know. We'll probably know Tuesday. So we're dropping an editorial, and this was helping us get like the interview almost, or the copy for the editorial. So we'll drop an editorial, then it's strictly just about 104 dropping interpretation three. Yeah.
yeah,
We actually have a special thing planned for you,
Yeah.
but we won't obviously share now. People will have to see it when we drop the editorial about Interpretations Volume 3 by 104 BPM.
Nice.
yeah. Yes, yeah, man. I'm looking forward to hearing that. I mean,
But
seeing it.
thank you so much, boy. Thank you so much.
Sure,
Yeah, no.
bro.
Thanks to you guys as well. Sure.
Sure, sure. We are.